Welcome to another video from East Beds Bushcraft, the home of #survival.
Greetings bushcrafters and survivalists, it's Buzz here back in the Storatorium, and I've got a little, not quite scientific test I would say, but an experiment is more the thing. Okay, I've always wondered whether or not, when it came to storing water, obviously I do store water because it's a good idea to always have water supplies just in case of flooding, water contamination, whatever, in an emergency. If you're familiar in the UK, was it last year? I think there was a big water outage. It was either 2025 or 2024, I'm not sure, but there was a big water outage down in Devon and around the Brixham area where the water got contaminated and people were having to, you know, get bottled water, etc, etc. There's a recent one right at the beginning of 2026 down at where is it, just south of London, that area. They're out of water and having to have bottled water coming into them, and East Grinstead, that's the word, I was the name of the place, East Grinstead in that area have got bottled water coming in. And I always said, you know, I just wondered, if you got standard water, that's fine. You get, if you go on any of the Facebook pages and you ask about water, and of course then they say, well, if you have bottled water, then after a certain period of time it can start tasting plasticky, etc, from the water bottles and things like this. I always keep small water bottles in, as well as keeping my own large supply of water, and I don't, you know, obviously I replace that water and I use it in different ways. I drink the water, replace the water, you know, the family use the water. In the hot summertime in the UK, again, if we have a situation where they're putting a hose ban on things, you know, we've got water butts, etc, etc, but if I need to, I can always use some of my water supply for that. There's all sorts of things, but ideally you should have some water, because you never know when we've just had a recent bout of bad weather which caused the East Grinstead scenario, which burst loads of pipes, and it can happen. And yes, you're going to get supplied water, but it's nice to know that you have got some water that you can get on with, drink, cook, wash, etc, etc. But anyway, that was a big long waffle, and I have been moaned at by at least one person who's looked at my videos before, like, get to the point, Buzz, get to the point. Well, it's my video, I'm allowed to waffle. The point is, I was chatting over a year ago on one of the Facebook prepping groups, and I was suggesting one about carbonated water. Keeping carbonated water, because obviously it's got CO2 in it, would that last longer or not than just standard water? And I got a lot of people coming back to me saying, no, carbonated water, that'll go flat, it'll taste awful, you can't keep it very long, don't know. Well, the only way I could actually sort of test this scenario was to actually put some in storage. So I got a bottle here, which I don't know if your camera's going to pick that up. Okay, I just wrote it up here, October, it says 24. This I put in the back of a cupboard. It's been stored in the dark. It is sparkling water, carbonated water, October 2024, and we are in January 2026. This is a fresh bottle of sparkling water, which funnily enough I just dropped on the floor, so hopefully it won't explode on me. But anyway, this is brand new. So, job done. I wouldn't expect anything less than it to be lovely and sparkly. Tastes good, and I like sparkling water. That's one of my things, you see. I do like having sparkling water. I find it refreshing. I don't know what your views are on sparkling water. Some people hate sparkling water, but anyway, let me know. You can put it in the comments. But here we go. This is the experiment at long last. October 2024, sparkling water, stored in the dark. There's obviously no colour or anything changing. Let's see. Definitely no fizz. No bubbles coming up out of it. It tastes fine. I would say the only difference between this and the fresh one is it's lost its fizz completely. So if anything, on my not quite scientific experiment about storing sparkling water, is that storing sparkling water for at least over a year has not caused any issue with the water, no issue with the taste. No, there's no taste of plastic or anything. It just tastes like fresh water. It's just lost its fizz. So there you go. So if you might find this video useful. If you want to store sparkling water, go for it. But after a year, you're going to find that it's probably as flat as a pancake. Unless you know otherwise. And if you do, let me know. End of experiment. I've waited a year to do that. In fact, over a year to do that. Huzzah! Buzz did a silly experiment. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to my not quite scientific experiment on storage of carbonated water. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video and subscribe to the East Beds Bushcraft channel. See you all again soon.